big up.
Diana Codes with Set It, and it's exactly 3 minutes past 7 p.m. And karibuni sana to Baze Radio. My lovely name tonight is Atieno. Of course, your host every single day from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the 6 to 9 show, exclusively on Baze Radio. And tonight, on this particular segment, or this particular hour of the show, that is 7 p.m. to 8 p.m., we are getting juicy and getting saucy with Nkiru, who is a dynamic Nigerian American singer or a songwriter whose destiny was written in a home filled with music. So before tuingilile kwa interview yake kiasi, please listen to this song, Baldman Anthem by Bian featuring Aaron Rimbui, then Gabu Frasha featuring Jom Falme with Wabe. Enjoy. Played by Gabu Frasha featuring Jom Falme, and it's exactly 11 minutes past 7 p.m. And karibuni sana once again to Baze Radio. My name tonight is Atieno. Of course, your host every single day from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the 6 to 9 show with Atieno, exclusively, of course, on Baze Radio. And I said tonight we are getting juicy and getting saucy with Nkiru, who once again is a Nigerian American singer-songwriter whose destiny was written in a home filled with music. Aside from that, she launched her journey on Instagram with her well-known high school ensemble, Malkia the Band. You know, Malkia is Kiswahili. That's crazy. Alongside Kenyan collaborators like Chemutai and Gail. But anyway, good evening, Nkiru.
Hello, good evening.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. What does Nkiru mean?
It's an Igbo name, so Osa is short for Osarua. It means she cleanses the world. And then Nkiru means the best is yet to come.
Hey, yes. Kenyan parents, Kenyan parents stuff as well. You see the way Nigerian parents are, naming their kids. So I'd love to know what inspired you to start making music, and how has your journey evolved since Peperembe?
Yeah, Peperembe. Yes. I've been a singer my whole life. My parents told me I started singing at 6 months old. So this has been, yes, it's true, in the car seat. And I've always wanted to be a singer. I just graduated uni last year. So this is now kind of my time to start doing this full time. And since I dropped Peperembe, honestly, I've feel like I've changed a lot as a songwriter. I've grown. It's only been 3-4 years since then, but I'm starting to put out a lot new music. I'm really going for it full time now, so it's been quite a journey. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of journey, is it your first time in Kenya?
It is.
Oh, Karibu.
Asante.
Exactly. Yeah, she's one of us. No, we need a name or something. Now, as I was reading your bio, you mentioned that artists like Beyonce, Victoria Monet, Chloe and Hailey as people that influence you. So how have they shaped your sound when it comes to music?
I think with Beyonce, that one's probably a given. I mean, her stage presence, her fearlessness, and just her vocal prowess is just amazing and something I look up to. And my favorite artists like Victoria Monet, I also love Sade. I grew up listening to Sade, and that kind of brings a more like soulful influence into my music, as well as Georgia Smith and a lot of like young Nigerian artists as well.
Yeah.
And I've just kind of grown up in different parts of the world and different parts of Africa, so I just have a lot of musical influence through artists that I listen to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was literally like my next question, because you're from a multicultural background, Uganda, Nigeria, South Africa, and the US as well. So I would love to know how, Uganda, Nigeria, South Africa, and the US make Nkiru.
I think it's pretty much the same if we're talking about like how I've grown up and me as a person, and then also in terms of music.
Yeah.
Because I am always listening to music, and growing up in Uganda, I listened to Cindy Sanyu when I was growing up, and when I was living in South Africa, that's when I was introduced to Amapiano, and obviously Nigerian music has had such a big boom in the last like 3-4 years.
Yeah.
And so I think just being in those different spaces and making music in those different spaces has allowed me to be a lot more creative and sort of incorporate those things into my sound as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when we come back after your song Every Night by Nkiru, I would love to know, since you've performed in Lagos, London, and Nairobi, Nairobi, what has been your most memorable performance so far? But after we have listened to, once again, your tune, Nkiru with Every Night, and it's exactly 15 minutes past 7 p.m., followed right up by Calligraph Jones and BN with Yes Bana. In life, I said when and catch, and I hope I'm going to see you guys tomorrow at Ad Life Plaza for the launch of Red Room Nairobi, which is basically a space that you can do anything. You can have an event. The same way one of our, presenters will be having an event on the 8th, and that is Maria with Chaksi and Moas, and together they make Mic Check podcast. Now they moved the location from Mass House. Right now I'm in a Red Room. If you know, you know. But Mass House, by the day, it's back in action. If you don't know, well, Karibu Kenya, Nkiru, once again, like we live in a country. Let me ask you something about your your government in Kenya, in Nigeria. Do you think it's as terrible as Kenya or as we are better?
I honestly think it's worse.
Nigeria is worse than us.
I don't know much about the Kenyan government, but I know enough about the Nigerian government.
We have a president. Let me just bring you up to speed. We have a president who believes in God so much, right? But he doesn't do anything godly. That's just it.
Yeah, sounds about right. Same with us.
Now, a couple of minutes ago, I'd asked you about your style, which you mentioned is bold and unique as well. And as a content creator myself, as a fashion enthusiast myself, I'd love if fashion would play a role in what I'm doing. Although today is one of those days. But when I decide, I draw this lip line and this eyebrows, it's over. So how does fashion and self-expression play a role in your artistry as Nkiru?
I think for me, it just really, is about how I present myself and how I express myself to everybody and to myself. It's like, I like wearing a lot of sparkles, as you can see. I have my signature red hair and red eyebrows that I wear all the time, because to me I just like to wear what I feel like I look best in and what represents me, and I think it also does play a big role in my music. But yeah, it's also a way for me to kind of come out of my shyness a little bit and be more bold, because I tend to be a little like on the introverted, shy side. So when I'm a big makeup girl. So when I do my makeup, do my hair, put on a good outfit, it makes me feel good and it's empowering. And that's what I'm all about. So, yeah.
Okay. That makes absolute sense. So as to wind up, we had talked about your releases this year. And we have All For Me that will be dropping tomorrow, which you said it's a little bit different from what your audience is used to. Lavi-Davi, because it's International Women's Day on Saturday. So you need something, Now we have on May 18th, we have Only One. Then July 18th, interesting, that's my mom's birthday. Undo. Then September 12th, we'll be having Go, and Love of a Child, November 8th. What should we expect from May 18th to November 8th, since for tomorrow we've already talked about it?
Yeah. Well, as you've just mentioned, all the songs, those will be coming out throughout the year. So I'm going to be doing a lot of visuals for those. I'm going to be trying to sort of use those to kind of redefine my sound. Undo, that's coming out in the summer, is the one I was mentioning that's a little more on like the 2000s R&B kind of vibe. And yeah, they're all a little bit different, but definitely kind of, my kind of sound that I'm going into now. So, yeah.
What's your kind of sound that you're going into right now?
I always say Afro R&B, but I feel like it's very kind of like, it's different with every song. Sometimes it's a little bit more like poppy, sometimes it's a little bit more mellow, but it's all really just about like being introspective, and giving you the feels. Okay.
And with that being said, All For Me that will be dropping tomorrow will be exclusively playing right here on Baze Radio right now. All For Me by Nkiru. Enjoy. Wadaglis KE with Anguka Nayo, and it's 11 minutes to 8 p.m. And tonight we were getting juicy and getting saucy with Nkiru, who, once again, if you have no clue who she is, allow me bring you to speed. She is a dynamic Nigerian-American singer-songwriter whose destiny was written in a home filled with music. Aside from that, she already has her year planned out. Do you know how crazy that is? I've never even had that from an artist, truly. Like, you have songs up until November. Like, yo... So what are you doing like right now? Like, what's your next move if you have everything planned out up until November? What are you doing?
Everything is planned around those, honestly. This year is just all about releasing music, collaborating, meeting new people. Yeah.
So that's basically what you're doing right now.
Exactly.
Meeting new people. Now, if you could collaborate with any artist in the world right now, who would it be and why?
Can I give two?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. I would say either Georgia Smith or Victoria Monet, just because they're my biggest influences in music and just in, doing this as a job. And I really look up to them. So, yeah.
So these are just fun questions as we wind up. What's a fun fact about you that your fans or even your friends in the room right now don't know about you?
Oh my gosh, this is one that I have been literally almost, oh my gosh, I hate chocolate. And everyone, okay, thank you. Like everyone is like, everyone doesn't understand, but that's a fun fact about me. I don't like chocolate.
Same, it's so crazy. Like it's just too sweet for me.
Yeah.
Now, aside from you being an artist, I'm pretty sure you have, as you've mentioned, you have different influences like, Beyonce, Chloe and Hailey, Victoria. You've also mentioned Georgia Smith. So I would love to know, aside from those people that I've mentioned and you as well, what's on your playlist right now?
What's on my playlist? I can't lie. I've been listening to, since December, I've been listening to the Wicked playlist. I don't know if anyone is into Wicked here, but And in terms of, I've been listening to a lot of Kenyan music since I've been here. So a lot of Nikita and Xeniah and Bien. I was just listening to, wine and pause, you killing the boy, of course. What's that song?
That is Bien.
Yeah. That's the one I'm talking about. That's been on my playlist.
Okay, interesting. Once again, you see why we are playing Bien multiple times. Anyway, as we wind up, I'd love to know, where can we get your music from? Also, mention for us your personal Instagram handle, also social media handles in general.
So I'm at Nkiru on every platform, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, and I'm on all streaming platforms. So, you can find me anywhere. Make sure to follow and stream the music as well.
And subscribe.
Yes.
Okay. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was Nkiru. She has 5 singles. I'm going to mention them real quick. Every night, Saturdays, Pepirempe, Onto Me, or it's
Onto Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know better. And now she'll be releasing a song tomorrow, March 7th, a day before International Women's Day. It's called All For Me. So if you're a woman and you identify as a woman in this era, please go support Nkiru, because why not? With that being said, we're going to listen to one of her songs. It's called Saturdays by Nkiru, then Jua Kali and Major with Bongo La Biashara.
This is Baze Radio.
We are 254 to the core.